By rethinking how we handle returns, we can cut costs, reduce waste, and even improve customer satisfaction. Hey there, shippers, and welcome back to another episode where we dive into all things parcel shipping. If you deal with shipping costs, logistics headaches, and sustainability challenges, you are in the right place. Today, we're going to be tackling returns, a topic that can be an expensive component of any shipping program and a common pain point for shippers. But what if I told you that returns could be a hidden asset within your shipping program? Stick around because we're about to flip the script on how you think about returns. Returns aren't just a logistical nightmare, they are a carbon sink. Every time a packaging boomerangs back to its origin, it can double the environmental impact. That means more emissions, more fuel, and more waste. But here's the good news. By rethinking how we handle returns, we can cut costs, reduce waste, and even improve customer satisfaction. So let's break it down. Here are 3 questions every shipper should be asking when they're managing the returns program. First, you've got to ask yourself, is it worth it getting my goods back? Returns aren't just about shipping costs. There's also the cost of processing, restocking, handling, and by the time you account for labor, packaging, and potential damages, some returns simply aren't worth it from a financial standpoint. So what do? Some shippers are simply reframing returns as an opportunity to enhance the customer experience while still cutting costs. And let me give you an example. A few years ago, my wife ordered some socks online. When they arrived, they were just too small. She initiated a return, but instead of having her box them up and send them back to the company just said, keep them or give them to someone who needs them. Think about it. Small, lightweight items like socks cost about $8 to $10 to return in just shipping costs alone, not even considering those other costs. So instead of wasting the money on logistics, the company turned the return into a really positive customer experience and avoided the unnecessary costs and even gained a potential new customer through her sister, who ended up with the socks at the end of the day. Now, obviously, there's rooms for abuse, so businesses need to track customer behavior. But for low cost or really bulky items, this strategy makes a lot of sense. Why waste money and carbon on a return that's not even resellable? But let's take this a step further. How can we reduce returns before they happen? And I'll give you a hint. The answer is going to lie in the data. Smart shippers analyze which SKUs are being returned, why they're being returned, and what patterns exist in customer feedback. So here's what to look for. Are specific SKUs being returned more than others? Maybe certain products have quality issues, inconsistent sizing, or perhaps even misleading descriptions. Fixing any of these things could drastically reduce the amount of returns before they occur. The second area are customers returning items for the same reasons. If multiple customers are returning a product because it wasn't as expected, your photos, descriptions, or product details might need an upgrade. Third, which customer segments return the most? If new customers return more than repeat buyers, maybe there's a gap in onboarding, size guides, or setting the right expectations from the get-go. And lastly, are returns seasonal or regional? If returns spike during specific locations or at specific times of year, you might have a supply chain issue, misleading promotions, or a seasonal demand fluctuation that is worth investigating to get to the bottom of. By tracking and acting on return data, businesses can proactively reduce return rates, improve product accuracy, and cut out unnecessary logistics costs before they even occur. Now, for those returns that do need to happen, let's make them as efficient as possible through aggregation. And I want you to think about it. On the outbound route, we optimize deliveries to be efficient. But what about on the return trip? We're often doing the exact opposite. Instead of drivers picking up single packages at different doorsteps, businesses can reduce costs and carbon emissions by directing customers to a central return hub like a UPS store, Kohl's, or an Amazon drop-off point. Once enough returns pile up, you can send optimized truckloads back to your warehouses or DCs instead of the dozens of inefficient small shipments. And what does this mean? It means fewer miles, lower fuel costs, and ultimately a smaller carbon footprint. Even the type of packaging used for returns can be optimized. By leveraging this aggregation, you can use fewer boxes, smarter materials, and better consolidation. So these small changes can lead to huge savings down the road. So shippers, what do you think? Are there opportunities for your business to rethink returns? Let's start a conversation in the comments. Tell me, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to returns, and has it been addressed in this video? If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on future insights on cost cutting, shipping costs, and optimizing logistics. Until next time, happy shipping.